Welcome everybody to the NXT Universe Mode. This is episode number 42, the go-home episode to NXT Takeover Toronto. But this episode is just as studded, if not more studded, than the match card for Takeover Toronto, as we kick off tonight with a one-on-one matchup between two of the most incredible women in the women's division today. Ladies and gentlemen, it will be the Bianca Belair, the EST of NXT, versus the Lady of NXT, Lacey Evans. This comes after last week, Bianca Belair cut a promo backstage saying that she deserves to be the next challenger for the NXT Women's Championship after Toronto. Lacey Evans was in a match up next against Dakota Kai, and after defeating Dakota Kai, Lacey Evans was laid out by Bianca Belair, and they have had some issues over social media in recent days, and so that brings us to this matchup here tonight, the EST versus the Lady of NXT. And Lacey Evans looks to defeat the undefeated Bianca Belair. Oh man, nice hip toss. The Lady of NXT saying that the rest of the women's division are just a bunch of nasties. Was in a losing effort to Kairi Sane, but then came back and defeated Dakota Kai. She could definitely come back and win it here. Oh, look at this. Oh, look at that. Bianca Belair with a hip toss and a taunt of her own, the exact same way Lacey Evans did, but many say she does it better. Better than the Lady of NXT? Who knows? Oh, suplex backbreaker by Bianca Belair. And there are so many women in the women's division stepping up right now. Nikki Cross, she stepped into a ring. Maria Kanellis made a surprise appearance in ring. Dakota Kai is back. Candice LeRae is coming back. It's going to be an exciting time for the women's division. We have Kairi Sane versus Mia Yim for the NXT Championship in Toronto. Look at that military press by Belair. And that is why she is the EST of NXT. Oh, the strongest, the fastest, and the bestest in NXT. Looks to put away Lacey Evans. Oh, and a good kick out there by Lacey. And Bianca Belair wants to keep that undefeated streak intact. Lacey Evans, on the other hand, wants to deliver the women's right. Oh, look at that. Neckbreaker. Slips back into a pinning splash. Cover 1, 2. Good kick out by Bianca Belair. Man, and in our main segment tonight, we will see a confrontation between champion and challenger. Johnny Gargano and Roderick Strong go face-to-face just days before TakeOver Toronto, and an NXT North American Championship match, Oney Lorcan versus Aleister Black, here on this episode of the NXT Universe Mode. Oh, jeez! Belair just thwacked Lacey Evans with her hair braid. That thing's a weapon all its own. Lacey Evans in trouble. Alley-oop bomb. Shades of the Big Show back in the day. And Belair says this match is over. The alley-oop bomb. Uh-oh. What is this? Belair lining her up for something. Oh, buckle bomb into the corner. Jeez, she delivered that with some impact. 2 and a 3. Belair picks up the win. Dang. Well, the EST of NXT said that she was going to prove why she deserves the next title match, and definitely a victory over Lacey Evans has definitely put her up there. Lacey Evans gave it her all, but in the end, this alley-oop bomb and then following it up with a buckle bomb into the corner. What should we call it? The Belair buckle bomb. Bam! Right into the corner. And Bianca Belair, the EST, rolls on as undefeated. She's undefeated. Hey, Candice! Hey! Well, she's not supposed to be back in ring competition until episode 44, but she's confronting Bianca Belair right here. Oh, and the EST did not like that. Belair running right at Candice LeRae. We haven't seen Candice ever since she was attacked by Tommaso Ciampa. Look at that. The EST knocked out of the ring by Candice LeRae. Not back in a in-ring action competition type of way, but back nonetheless. Congrats to see Candice LeRae looking okay. But hopefully, Oney Lorcan will be okay either way this next match goes, because it's for the NXT North American Championship. Oney Lorcan won a matchup against Mustafa Ali on last week's episode, and so that brings him here tonight to face off against Aleister Black for the NXT North American Championship. This is going to be exciting. Oney Lorcan, the hardest SOB in NXT, I like to call him, has a chance to become a champion here tonight. All he has to do is defeat the Dutch Destroyer, Aleister Black, here tonight. A man who has been on a wrecking path ever since winning back the NXT North American Championship from Lars Sullivan, and basically having a heel turn and going into this crazy, chaotic rage with him and his disciple Nikki Cross. And Oney Lorcan looks to take away Aleister Black's holy grail, as he calls it. The NXT North American Championship. Look at the shine on Oney Lorcan's head. He wants to have the shine on his shiny bald head, and he wants the shine of the North American title around his waist after tonight. Look at this, Aleister Black just quickly being pummeled by Oney Lorcan. Look at that. He's just slapping him in the face. Look at this. He might slap the beard off of him. I wonder what Aleister Black looks like without a beard. Who knows? I wonder what Aleister Black would look like without the North American title. I wonder what Oney Lorcan would look like with the North American title. All these questions and more are going to be answered right here. Look at this. Oney Lorcan looking for that half and half suplex, the same maneuver he used on Mustafa Ali last week to defeat him. Oh, and Aleister Black answering back. Black saying he will make every member on the NXT roster fade to black. Oh man, Aleister Black, the inaugural NXT North American Champion, the first ever two-time NXT North American Champion. Look at that Northern Light suplex. But can it all come crashing down tonight? And will it hurt inside? If you guys get that reference, thank you. And Oney Lorcan, the hardest SOB in NXT. He can dish out the toughest strikes, and he can take the toughest strikes as well. But can he withstand a black mass, perhaps? Oh, look at this! Perhaps he might not have to. Roll-up pin. Oh, Black reverses the pressure. Oney Lorcan quickly kicks out. Oh, missed the V-trigger. Nikki Cross looking on from ringside. Oh, big chop by Lorcan. Just delivering these shots to the Dutch Destroyer. Lorcan on a roll. Oh, cactus clothesline over the top rope. And Cross just threw a steel chair into the ring, possibly trying to help. Oh, look at this. Nikki Cross distracting Oney Lorcan. Uh-oh. And Black, oh, drop kick off the apron. Nikki Cross providing a distraction. Oh, didn't really pay off. Oney Lorcan had his foot underneath the bottom rope. And Black now. T-bone suplex. Oh, it was onto the chair. And the referee can't call for a disqualification there because Black had no idea that that chair was there. He cannot call for a disqualification. Oh, man. Oney Lorcan moving out of the way of the splash. Lorcan. Oh, powerbomb. Dirty powerbomb. Look at this pin. Black's hand, I think, is underneath the bottom rope. No, I guess that doesn't count as a rope break. Maybe the referee just didn't see it. He was more focused on the pinfall. But hopefully he's focused on Oney Lorcan delivering this half-and-half suplex. Oh, Black delivering some stiff elbows. Oh, and a super kick to the back of the skull. Now, if only he had some hair on his head, it would give some sort of cushioning. Black with a super kick to the back of the head, and then a roundhouse kick to the front. And Oney Lorcan still somehow stays in it. This is for the NXT North American title right here. Aleister Black versus Oney Lorcan. Oh, look at this. Lorcan taking some stiff strikes here from Black. And Oney Lorcan, holy crap, he just popped right back up. Black just delivering some stiff strikes, and Lorcan just took it like it was nothing. Look at this big boot. Oh, man, and his head bounced off the bottom rope. I didn't notice that until just now. And Lorcan has his opening. He may be trying to deliver the same half-and-half suplex off the top rope that he did to Mustafa Ali. Oh, Black, elbow to the head. And Aleister Black on the apron. Slant. Oh, look for a springboard knee strike. Black missed it. Lorcan moved out of the way. Oh, stiff uppercut. And another one. And Nikki Cross, she's starting to get a little bit nervous, it seems like. Oh, German suplex. Black able to counter. Arm drag. And look at this, Black. Looking for the blackout combination. Follows it up with a knee strike to the head. And look at this. The hardest SOB in NXT. Oney Lorcan still getting back to his feet after taking all those strikes. Oh, and then the knee strikes to the back of Oney Lorcan. And Black says it's over. Aleister Black says it's over. Here we go. V-trigger. Oney Lorcan able to counter. Oh, and a massive chop to the chest. Walter maybe blushing there. Oh, man. And another uppercut. You think Cesaro maybe taught Oney Lorcan these uppercuts? Oh, missed with the headbutt. Aleister Black with an uppercut of his own. Knee strike to Lorcan, and I think that busted him open. I saw a flash of red. Oh, there's the V-trigger. And Black, Oney Lorcan is still standing somehow. Black and Lorcan are delivering some of the stiffest strikes I've ever seen in NXT. That massive headbutt by Oney Lorcan. And look at this, the headbutt barrage. He's holding Black up. 3 headbutts in a row. And Lorcan just drops to one leg. The adrenaline flowing through the hardest SOB. Here we go. Half and half suplex. Oh, man. The SOB suplex by Oney Lorcan. Could it win him the title here against Black? Oh, no. So close, yet so far away from the 3 count. Black able to kick out of the half and half suplex. And Oney Lorcan trying to stay on top of his opposition. Aleister Black is an incredible talent, as is Oney Lorcan. One of these men is walking out as the North American Champion. Here we go. Another neck breaker by Oney Lorcan. The crimson mask covering his face, flowing and dripping through his beard. Will it be all worth it in the end for the North American Championship? Black trying to hold him at bay. Knee strike. Aleister Black, look at this. Once again delivering these huge strikes to Oney Lorcan. And Lorcan's just absorbing all of it. The hardest SOB in NXT still standing. Black trying to break down. Oh, look! He feels nothing. Oh my god, he's like a video game character. Look at this. Uppercuts, uppercuts, uppercuts. Lorcan delivering massive uppercuts. Oh, Black with a shot to the gut of Lorcan. Oh, and there's the stiff roundhouse kick by Black. Lorcan gave it everything he could, but I think we're about to witness Oney Lorcan fade to black mass by Oney Lorcan, I should say. And Aleister Black retains the North American title. What a match! What an outing for Oney Lorcan. But in the end, Aleister Black delivering the black mass kick. Look at this. Rapid headbutts to the head of Aleister Black, and then the half and half suplex. I thought maybe that might have been it, but no, in the end, one black mass is all it took to put down Oney Lorcan. Man. Well, the North American Championship may not be defended at TakeOver, but here tonight, it is successfully retained. Nikki Cross looks happy. Aleister Black, I think, looks happy. He doesn't really ever smile. But speaking of TakeOver, TakeOver Toronto will be our next episode, and I want to run through the card real quick with you guys. Up first, we have the NXT Women's Championship going to be defended. Kairi Sane versus Mia Yim. A very personal feeling here, considering the fact that these two were the last ever NXT Women's Tag Team Champions, and now Kairi Sane looks to get the gold, her treasure, that she's been looking for in the form of the NXT Women's Championship. And also, we will see a surprising 2-on-2 match, I should say, for the NXT Tag Team titles. The Street Profits, in their first Tag Team title defense, will defend them against the tag team of EC3 and the Velveteen Dream, EC Dream, and a grudge match will take place. Cassius Ohno turning on his buddy Keith Lee just a couple episodes ago, and he will try and get his vengeance. Keith Lee, that is, will try to get his vengeance against Cassius Ohno in Toronto. It is going to be incredible, as is our main event for that show, which will be for the North American Championship. Roderick Strong defends the NXT Championship on his Roddy versus the World tour versus a man who has gone through an interesting character change as of late, ever since getting this new suit. It is not Johnny Gargano. It is not Johnny Wrestling. It is Johnny Carnage going one-on-one for the NXT title in Toronto. And I'm very excited for that. But it is our main segment here. Speaking of that NXT Championship match, Roderick Strong goes face-to-face with Johnny Gargano, Johnny Wrestling, Johnny Carnage, call him whatever you want, but Roderick Strong hopes to make him the next footnote in this chapter as NXT Champion in Toronto. And Roderick Strong has rarely competed in NXT ever since winning that NXT Championship, even when returning to NXT after War Games. Roderick Strong, he pretty much thinks of Johnny Gargano as an afterthought, but we'll have to see what Roderick Strong thinks of his opponent ahead of their title match in Toronto. Roderick Strong going to pick up a microphone. Let's hear what the NXT champion Roderick Strong has to say about his opponent for Toronto, Johnny Gargano. So let's see here. Roderick Strong says, Johnny Gargano wants to come out here and scare me with some red outfit, and it won't work. I am champion. It is my Roddy versus the World Tour, and Gargano is just another stop on my rise to greatness. Man, Roderick Strong, very boastful about himself, it seems. He got his wife put on the shelf for months. His former buddy is closer to winning a championship than Johnny. That's true. Tommaso Ciampa is Mr. Money in the Bank, and that's because, just like his new gear, Johnny Wrestling is a virus to NXT, and I am the cure, and when I beat Johnny Carnage, no one will deny my greatness. The legend of Roderick Strong will survive in Toronto, and Gargano will fail like his failed tag team and his crippled wife. Oh, dang. Talking about DIY there and the failed tag team, and then talking about his wife. That's definitely going to send Johnny Gargano, or Johnny Wrestling, Johnny Carnage, over the edge. Roderick Strong may have just awoken a beast. Oh, look behind you. Look behind you. He came through the crowd. Slingshot spear by Gargano to the NXT champion. Gargano lining up Roderick Strong. He didn't like the comments he made. Super kick to Roderick Strong by Johnny Gargano. This attitude change may be sending Johnny Gargano towards the NXT title, and now a referee gonna try and break it up. Oh my god! Johnny, that's a referee! You don't attack refs! Like I said, this attitude change has changed Johnny Gargano. This suit given to him by his wife, Candice, has changed his mentality. Look at this, Gargano lining him up, sliding knee strike, busting open the NXT champion. Johnny Wrestling is not going to Toronto. Johnny Gargano isn't going to Toronto. It is Johnny Carnage here. Look at this, another knee strike to the champion. Gargano. Oh, thankfully that referee's getting back up. Uh-oh. Oh, and back down. Title shot. Gargano taking apart everybody in the ring right now. This suit, it's making him act different. Gargano screaming at the crowd. He sounded like a demon. Look at this title off the head of Roderick Strong. Are we looking at the next NXT champion in the form of Johnny Gargano, in the form of Johnny Carnage?